this match. They don't want Def to get his hands on that champion.
One more time, it looks like Braum's going to be the first pick. Never thought I'd see the day where Braum got back to first pickable, but he is.
Well, it was Braum, Alistar, I mean, who else? I think it was Braum and Alistar, you know, first picks for most of the games in Spring Split of the LPL. Now we see a lot more range supports coming into play here for all of the LPL teams so far. Seems like EDG going back to the roots, picking up the melee support champions. IG have a chance to follow up here, and they're going to lock in Karma and Gragas as their first two picks.
And once again, we said Karma, very strong support right now. Also can be flexed into the mid lane depending on your composition.
Yep.
Gragas has just been the king of this series, right? With how heavily the jungle has been targeted out, the fact that you can get the CC, the initiation onto your jungle position just looks to be working out better than the Graves.
Oh, Rek'Sai has been left open here. Invictus Gaming banned that one out twice in this series. In fact, they've swapped out their ban on blue side for the Caitlyn ban instead of the Rek'Sai ban. So Clearlove could definitely get his hands on this champion and show, well, he's a force to be reckoned with on the Rek'Sai itself.
Yeah, completely agree with that. And, you know, the fact that the Azir got through, it's a good ganking lane. That's what they're going to go with. Has some good global pressure as well out of the Rek'Sai. It means you can match 1-3-1. It's not easy, but it is doable.
Meanwhile, on the flip side, IG one more time giving Rookie his Victor in the mid lane. So we're going to see the Control Mage up against the Control Mage in the mid lane another time round this night.
And one more time, Victor does more damage at the start of the game. Will blow up a single target. Later the game goes, the better Azir scales and has that good consistent damage. However, one thing that Azir does better is he will set up
Up in the top lane, and Deft is going to be picking up Ezreal as his AD carry of choice.
Yeah, so Deft on Ezreal. See if he's able to perform to the usual heights that he does on that character. I mean, Ezreal Braum has a great level 1. After that, they do go through a little bit of a lull until they pick up the 1.5, 2 items. Deft kind of skips that. He's just incredibly aggressive, looks to use these spells. And it's all about hitting those Mystic shots, right? The more Mystic shots you can hit, obviously the higher damage output, but it also stacks up things like your passive, lowers the cooldowns on your other spells. So it's going to be interesting to see that go toe-to-toe.
Well, let's see how they can use that one in this matchup. Another time we were seeing Fizz here play tonight. We saw it in our previous set between Snake and Saint. Now to see what Mouse can do with this champion, as Sivir was the final pick that came out from Invictus Gaming.
And one more time, Sivir Karma is just such a cool lane because they add all the utility. Even if you have poor engage, they give you that speed boost to get on top of a champion. So I really think that IG have now found the recipe, you know, get good solid carries, get some AoE damage down bottom, but get that utility into your jungle and bottom lane roles, and let Zatai and Rookie just go nuts.
Well, let's see if Zatai and Rookie can do just that, because their solo laners were the key to the victory in game number 2. The EDG always putting their eggs in the Deft Mako basket. Worked in game 1, didn't work in game 2. Let's see what happens in game 3 as we head on towards Summoner's Rift. And we are on to Summoner's Rift for the third and final game of not only the night, but also this best of 3 series between Edward Gaming and Invictus Gaming. Is now EDG back on towards the blue side. Rek'Sai has been unlocked for Cluelove, and he's looking to try and wreak some havoc in the jungle here against Invictus Gaming.
And he needs to have a strong performance, right? Because game number 1 certainly was able to get around Summoner's Rift, pick up a weird build on the Gragas, you know. He had a Rylai's Crystal Scepter for some reason.
Nice spawn gauntlet in there.
But game 2 on Graves was pretty much irrelevant. You don't often say that about Phantom Dancer Infinity Edge Graves, but he didn't really do all that much, Fish.
Didn't do much damage as well.
Yeah, so
couldn't quite break the Titaya Vladimir.
So this time around on the Rek'Sai, needs to get into more Dark Clear Love, get the lane snowballed.
Get
see
angry.
if you can get yourself ahead.
You know, pull off an SOFM, kill all the raptors in the game. Don't let any
I want him
bird
to kill
live.
champions.
Champions. That's what he's after today.
Yeah. But see that one more time. EDG want to try and stop potentially the jungle camp start.
We've seen this from EDG before. You know, other lane goes for the Gromp camp level 1. They just wait inside the bush and try and kill them at level 1 as well. Force them out of the lane at least.
But this time around, they actually just look like they're going to lose out on the jungle camp start.
Well, nothing to look at here, ladies and gentlemen. It's just Rookie being Rookie one more time. It's a Thunderlord trade-off against Scout. This is just not stopping.
It's not. They're just going to keep auto-winning each other. Rookie hasn't got any minion aggro, so he's going to win Scout.
Whew. It's Deft and Mako once again being cheeky. They're going to walk into the lane here. We've seen this happen before. Karma actually has to flash immediately. They're going to flash forward for it. They're going to be able to take him down. Tabe gets taken down for first blood, but a return kill could possibly come out.
No, not going to get there.
Stun
and
mate.
They chunk out Rain as well.
He's got to go back to base. Mako going to prop these Targon passive and heal up Deft here.
Yeah, so you can see that Mako, he's the one with 3 pots. He doesn't mind if he falls down a little bit low. He can get back to full health.
And this is the second time in the LPL we've seen EDG do this. And
yeah,
he's
cheeky
falling
level
for it.
1 strategy.
It's paid off here. It's almost like a solo queue experience coming out from these two teams.
He says with bitter resignation in his voice. But you can see that Rookie currently is absolutely styling on Scout, and he's the one with the Ignite, so very real kill threat.
Scout doing what he can, it seems, to try and trade back.
Good ward over the wall there. Looks like Brom's going to be spotted out by Kid.
He's able to get away, though. Tags him with the chair. It's cleared up. Is actually going to move on towards the Scuttle. The Rift Scuttle here. Does have his red buff, so going to be able to take it down a little bit quicker.
And it's 3 CS on Scout. I mean, Rookie's going to stick around. He's playing to the opposite side of the map of the jungle right now because he knew where Clear Love was. And he's going to catch that huge wave. Scout's in massive trouble if he can't get this into the turret.
One more time, though. Deft and Mako doing really well down at the bottom lane as we see Kid goes toe-to-toe against Clear Love inside of his own jungle. Decides to skirt through the turrets and head towards the opposite side instead.
Okay, so that's nicely done. Clear Love goes in there, disturbs Kid's jungle pathing, gets a Wolf Smite away from him, means that Rookie can't do anything funny like freezing out a wave, and they will be able to push him back. So Scout gets that brief reprieve, and now Clear Love's still not done.
He's looking for the red buff now, trying to take it away from Kid. Is in fact able to smite that one away, so 3 buffs Kid here. Still has his blue buff up and standing if he wants to take it down later. So Ty dukes it out with Mouse up in the top lane. Mouse arguably coming out ahead there.
Yeah, certainly is, because he's got the kill summoner as well. And Clear Love is up there looking to see if he can get any pressure. Looks like Satai's going to have to burn an early teleport.
Clear Love instead going to be able to take away the Krugs. This Kid takes away his own Raptor camp. There's that teleport up into the top lane. Kid's actually not here if they still do go for the dive, but that's a full health echo. Would be a little bit difficult, but there's a lot of minions in this wave.
Yeah, it certainly is, and they're trying to trim it as soon as possible. They have
juicy.
picked out where he is.
Looks like they want this. Kid's not there, but teleport to go back home coming out from Clear Love, opting not to go for the dive. So they're going to let Satai live to fight another day.
Yep, so good guys, EDG. Back away. Nothing really happening apart from that cheeky first blood out of the Ezreal, which gets him the tier, gets him back to lane. You know, as we mentioned, you know, the Deft always just finds a way to get rid of that power trough. It's just not going to be there. Mouse comes back.
Already though, solo laners for EDG's lineup doing a lot better to tie, taking so much damage from Clear Love up in this top lane. Doesn't really want that trade, it feels. Victor only even here with Scout in the mid lane. Scout's actually going to get a very early blue buff after Clear was able to 3-buff Kid in the jungle.
And you can see that this is like great for EDG now because, as you mentioned, mid lane went lots more even because Rookie, even though he was bullying early, has to go back to respect the Rek'Sai who was full health. Top lane had to go back because he had to respect the dive. And it just allowed so much to go through as now Rookie's being exhausted up.
Scout puts a lot of damage down. It's going to go forward. Rookie already flashed
he
away.
auto.
He didn't get it, but still is able to put the soldier down. Picks up the solo kill on the mid lane. Scout is able to take down Rookie.
Scout gave me a heart attack there because Rookie nearly killed him still. The laser nearly came back off cooldown, but in the end he is able to get it done. We'll pick up a heck of a lot more CS. But, you know, flashing forward, getting the solo kill, that's definitely a good news story.
Punishes the aggressive playstyle coming out from Rookie there. That's going to allow Clitoff to continue doing even more counter jungle. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, we've seen this story before. I think 2 games in a row, it's just been Mako and Death.
And you can see how far past the minion line they're willing to charge, you know, force them off any creeps. Well and truly outside of experience range as well as gold. And they're just going to continue this unrelenting pressure.
Doesn't look like it's going to stop anytime soon either. This Kid is able to take away his own Krugs. Rookie is going to return to the mid lane. 2 Doran's rings being picked up by this Victor.
You can see the Clear Love wants it. I wonder if that ward spotted him out, because if not, the knock up into the scoop is definitely available.
Scout going to put a soldier down, get some chip on towards Rookie. Actually going to get locked up. Here comes Clear Love. Rookie taking a lot of damage. Gravity Field going to lock down Clear Love. He's not going to get the scoop. The return damage not going to be enough to take it down. The heal, not even the potions coming out. It's going to be enough. It's a tie. Nicely able to avoid the Chum the Waters with his ultimate meanwhile.
So Scout doesn't want to go into the Gravity Field, so he completely misses the ultimate as Kid charges down mid lane. This is such a Rookie greed as well. He's going to actually look to keep it there.
That was very aggressive coming in from Mako. Jumped aggressively forward, trying to get the tags down on towards the Sivir and Karma. Not quite able to lock them down with the stun though. And still, Rookie opting to stay in this lane, already chugging health potions, trying to keep topped up as much as possible.
And you can see that maybe this is the pressure getting to Scout, because he plays a good Azir, but he's made a couple of fundamental errors this game. He's being pressured at every turn by Rookie. And, you know, you can understand it. You can't really blame him. Very young mid laner. Filling big roles of that of Pawn, who has always been a clutch player.
Lots of damage down to Tabe. Forced to use the flash on Karma there. He tries to face check a bush, something you don't really want to be doing.
Especially not against a Brawl.
And Ezreal charging up his True Shot Barrage as well.
So they'll go back, and you see it's already 20 CS, and this is a tier. I mean, this is the weakest Ezreal is in the game. Probably goes back, finishes up the Muramana here.
Rookie actually putting down the Chaos Storm on top of minions, trying to clear out that wave.
Here goes Sheen.
Ah.
So something that LPL mid laners have been doing more and more is actually go for the completed AD item to get it stacking as quickly as possible, because they do fight very often. But, you know, with the lane that they have, the Braum Ezreal, there is a little bit of poke damage in there. Can understand a Sheen pickup.
Still doing very well in this bottom lane. And Scout, he's ahead in this mid lane. Even in CS, picked up a solo kill onto Rookie earlier.
To be fair, there should have been 2 kills. I mean, Clear Love's gank 100% should have been a kill. But Scout just was not able to hit the ultimate.
Clear Love's still going to be continuing his counter jungle here. Now working towards the red buff on Kid's side of the jungle. Going to be able to take that one away. Whereas Kid now, trying to take away his blue buff, gives it on over towards Rookie.
This could be a cute gank. Back in the Raptor pit, they'll be able to do the do-si-do.
Well, let's see if they do. As Clear Love does go over the wall, just puts down the Prey Seeker instead. Opting not to try and dive the Victor here. Does get spotted out by Kid as well.
So there were 2 creeps still there, and Rookie didn't immediately laser it. I mean, he very rarely does, so Clear Love probably should have seen that coming. Rookie likes to have the wave on his side of the map. It just means that there's nothing that they can really do there.
Meanwhile, we're going to check in with the top lane there. You can see it's relatively even. A small advantage in favor of Tatai right now.
Yeah, and that's actually really impressive from Zatai, because as we said, you know, Fizz is kind of seen as that pseudo counter matchup. I mean, he has the missing health damage there that Echo brings on every single auto attack for Fizz. You also max your W out in this matchup, which is incredible amounts of damage. He also takes the Ignite, but, you know, Zatai being able to keep up. Took one of the ignites early, didn't die to it, and has been, after that, relatively fine.
Doing pretty well so far, the top lane. Things still fairly even between these two teams, but EDG do have a nice gold lead for themselves and a big pressure point down in the bottom lane especially.
Yeah, that's all it is, right? It's a bottom lane right now, putting on a clinic. They're back up by about 20 CS. They already have that first blood kill, and they've just been able to bully around Rain and Tabe in what is a pretty decent lane in shoving out and just keeping it neutral. I mean, your favorite bottom lane, Caveman and Endless, used to be able to do this very effectively. As you can see, Rookie doesn't want to go anywhere near that tunnel.
Unlike Caveman and us, they're picking up kills. There's a good flash forward and a return flash from Scout. Able to knock back Rookie. They're going to be able to take him down. Kid flashing aggressively forward, looking to try and take that Azir. Here comes Zatai. He's able to pick up the kill for himself, but at what cost? As Kid goes down at bottom lane. There's Havoc all across the map. True shot barrage being used there. It's going to be able to take down and pick up a double kill on the bottom lane. Going on over towards Dev. That's 4 kills across the map for EDG.
And EDG straight away, as soon as they see the Gragas in the mid lane, they pull the trigger down bottom. Deft and Mako one more time, able to make it happen. And you can see that this is what we said. They should be always kill pressure with Azir because he has the CC. They're able to pick that one out. Scout grabs it. And Kid splits the tile from him with a bad ultimate, and that just means Fizz comes in and cleans it up.
We just take a look at the bottom lane, and that was just clinical. They were already ahead. They just pushed that advantage. Mako with the aggressive play one more time.
And look, Deft is like, can I get it without burning heal? No, I can't. All right, I'll burn the heal at the very last moment. They just really are such a good bottom lane. Now got the Iceborne Gauntlet. They're up 30 CS and 2 kills. 3 kills make that. One's on the support.
EDG are 3,000 gold ahead of Invictus Gaming right now. Massive lead for this lineup. You know, they had a disappointing game number 2. Got their bans in place for game 3. And IG just getting punished right now on the red side.
Yeah, they certainly are. And, you know, it was just the inability to take away both the Kate and Azir. This was something that obviously EDG were very practiced playing. And as I said, Scout's got a really good Azir. The fact that he's made a couple of errors this game actually surprised me because his Azir has always been quite nice. He was known for like Gangplank Azir. They were the 2 champions that he could really play to an incredibly high level.
Well, still making a couple of decent plays here. Not fumbling too much. And he's been able to go toe-to-toe against Rookie, even picking up a solo kill there. So that's the major point I feel for EDG right now. Their solo laners not getting destroyed by IG solo laners, which is pretty much their win condition in this match.
100%. And Scout's ahead, like outright. He's 2-1-0 when he's up in CS, only a little bit. Mouse, he was still struggling, but as soon as he has Ignite available, he should just fight around his Ignite window in a 1v1 setting and should be completely fine. So, yep, you're correct. Right now, win condition, if that is survive the solo lanes, they're fine.
Meanwhile, this is devastating, though, for IG. Rain going to take another true shot barrage to the face, down to about 200 health. Clear Love on the top side of the map, though, is getting caught out. Ultimate being used. The ultimate Chaos Storm being dropped down on top of him as well. Here comes Scout. He's able to separate Kid. Only, though, now he's going to get chunked down by the Gragas.
Yeah,
Rookie
he's in trouble.
Put some good damage back down. Lasers are coming out.
Mouse is going to beat them there. Here comes Zatai.
He's looking to try and take them down. Parallel Convergence is not going to get used, though, as Kid. He's still looking for a Clear Love, taking a lot of damage. Zatai was kept occupied, though, by Mouse and is able to keep his teammates alive.
And now, all of a sudden, here's the bottom lane.
Mako is going to show up, puts down the ultimate. Here comes the Fizz. Karma's to try and help them. Might not be enough, though. And EDG, Mouse, is able to find a kill for himself.
Yeah, great communication from EDG. They understood that they could stick with the play. I mean, they send Scout back to base. Clear Love heals up a little bit. And they're willing to just make the proactive effort. Clear Love wants the red buff. I mean, the regeneration is nice on it, I'm sure. And you can see Rookie just having a couple of choice words.
But here, meanwhile, Kid, he's actually getting jumped on. Clear Love going to get the knock-up as well. Mouse just tags him with the Trident and picks up another kill onto this Fizz.
Yeah, Mouse is huge right now. 3-0-0. You know, as we said, he stayed neutral in CS. That's a good thing. They're even taking away Rookie's blue buff right now. That's a 50 CS advantage at 14 minutes into the game for EDG's duo lane.
And it's a 5,000 gold lead at the moment for EDG in general. They are styling on Invictus Gaming in game number 3.
And, you know, you can kind of feel for Rookie. There's just been so much action in his lane. There always is going to be. I mean, just because he is such a focal point for his team and enemy teams alike. It just hasn't been able to get any momentum going this game. I mean, even in a situation where it looks like he's just going to be able to pick up a kill, it doesn't happen. And he's got close to outplaying Scout a couple of times. It just hasn't come through.
Scout, he's been able to pick up his Stinger looking towards the Nash's Tooth and has the Negatron Cloak, which has aided him quite well in his duels with Rookie so far. He's struggling in terms of items, barely upgrading his Hex Core, 2 rings and a rushed Ionian, Boots of Lucidity, trying to find, you know, his summoner spells whenever they can come back online, trying to get extra cooldown reduction as well. Top lane, it's just 2 tanks with Spirit Resurge, you know, hitting each other a couple of times before realizing nothing's ever going to happen.
Yeah, one went with the red stone, one went with the blue stone. So you can see personal choice on the stones there, but you're right, everything else relatively similar.
Clear Love, he's 0-3 on this Rek'Sai. He was banned out against him in games 1 and 2. Been doing fairly well in game 3 so far. Not quite the drastic performance between Snake and Saint, but still doing well on this Rek'Sai.
Yeah, it certainly is. It's been able to control Kid this time around, at least in the game. 0-0-3. Has just been sitting kind of in the top side of the jungle. Not as aggressive as SOFM.
Scout, wow. Knocks Rookie in towards his turret. Chaos Storm not going to do anything here. They find another pick and another kill.
That was 1v3.
Whew.
Told you we could play Azir.
Well,
right
he does. Solo kill 1-on-3 as Mountain Dragon at the same time falls for EDG, and they're going to look to try and take down this turret. They want to end this game fast.
It's not only going to be the turret. I mean, they've got the Azir and as well as... What? Zatai.
Hello, this is 1-on-2 here. Zatai is going to be burning from that Trident auto attack. Not going to be enough to take him down, but meanwhile, EDG is just going to continue pushing down in this mid lane inner turret. Sorry, getting taken down really low.
Yeah, it's actually going to fall down most likely because, as I said, Azir, Ezreal, they do turrets incredibly quickly. I mean, you have the Urage, you have the Essence Flux as well. And meanwhile, top lane, I mean, Mouse is just having the time of his life. Forces 2 people out of his lane, says, thank you very much, I'll go back and shop.
That means that EDG, they have a 7,000 gold lead 17 minutes into this game. They're looking commanding.
Yeah, this is a shellacking, Fear, so far.
You love that word.
I do. It's a good word, that's why. So far, they're absolutely dominating Invictus Gaming, but... You know, we've seen stranger things in League of Legends. Game's not over until it's over, especially as long as Rookie has Victor. But this one's going to be a hard hole to climb out of.
Well, he's got his nearly large rod now, so a little bit of extra damage on this Victor might be the difference that OG needs to get back to this game. But still, like you mentioned, mounted to climb at the moment. A very steep one. As Rek'Sai, you know, pops her raw, and it's going to try and move in towards continuing controlling the jungle on the side of Kid. And also take away as many camps as possible. EDG not rushing anything, just making sure they take it slow and steady and find their avenues of attack instead.
Yeah, exactly right. You know, they've got the 2 spike on the Ezreal. They've got pretty much an item and a half on every other role. They're just looking to scale up. They know that they're ahead right now, and there's not really an easy objective to take, so just continue to pressure out lanes and win this war of attrition.
It's relatively quiet for a team that is about 8,000 gold ahead of the moment.
But there's honestly nothing on the map to take.
Rain might be one.
Yeah, I mean, you can try and kill champions, but they're all well and truly, like, underneath
turrets. Deft is trying.
Yeah, as I said, you can try, but it's going to be hard.
He's not going to stop. I think they might be able to take down this turret, though. Mako smashing it with the chair. Trying to take it down wherever he possibly can. Clear Love is going to be trying to work down on this mid lane tower. As Rookie actually sent down to the bottom lane to deal with Deft and Mako.
And meanwhile, Scout just continues to apply pressure in the mid lane.
Pushes up all the way towards the inner inhibitor turret. Rookie and Kid make their way towards that lane, which means that Deft and Mako should be able to take down this bottom lane turret, and Clear Love is looking for a gank on towards Echo.
But once again, Echo is just so incredibly hard to dive. I mean, you can hope to maybe push him away, but instead Kid just heads up. They think they can fight the 5v5. So sure, EDG, they grab another turret. I assume they throw their duo into the top lane now?
They've got a 9,000 gold advantage at the moment, EDG, looking to try and punish IG.
They're all a major item ahead. When you have a look at their item builds, at least a major item ahead for every member, except for maybe the Fizz, who just went with Boots 2 instead.
Still has his necessary tanky items. The Sheen for a little bit of extra damage. It's not all that much, but still could play a vital role. As Baron is going to be spawning in 10 seconds here, so another big objective on the map for EDG if they choose to take it.
Yeah, and I wonder whether they actually will look towards it early one more time. They have relatively low control over the top lane, but good control everywhere else in the map. Really do think it's just time to, you know, grab Deft, flick him into grab him red buff first. You can do that if you want. Flick him into the top lane. Start poking out, try and siege down that area of the map. Get Fizz down into the bottom side of the map. Apply that split push pressure.
Well, speaking of Deft, he's got his Quicksilver Sash now, so able to remove any crowd control that's been used on top of him. Parallel Convergence and the Gravity Field come to mind.
Also can, as you're flying through the air listfully
Against
the Gragas ult, you can Cleanse Flash it.
Cleanse Flash, Cleanse Shift it.
Yeah. Which Deft does pretty regularly, otherwise I wouldn't bring it up.
Let's see if we can do it here. Like we mentioned earlier,
Baron
is
that's our
up.
new game. Because
Can
honestly,
Deft QSS it?
This game isn't over, but it's pretty close to over. So we'll start a new game, you know.
Okay.
Can either... Yeah, there's only one knock-up. So the kid. The Gragas barrel, what we're looking for is a Cleanse Flash out of Gragas barrel.
We'll see if Deft can do it. He's going to be working on this top lane turret in the meantime. Like you mentioned, he got that red buff, was flicked up into the lane, now pushing for the turrets. He's going to take that one down with ease. That's 5 turrets to none in favor of EDG. And if they didn't get that one kill...
They just watched Kid Smite, however. So that might be the signal to just start up a Baron buff, although it looks like they still want to try and contest turrets here.
What I was trying to say there, if they didn't pick up that one kill on towards Scout, this is nearly a perfect game to start this off for EDG.
Yeah, it certainly is.
No turrets taken on the side of IG at the moment. True Shot Barrage comes out for a little bit of poke. Aggressive shift forward coming out from Def, looking to try and find more of his Mystic shots. They're content with taking this one very slow. They can see they put Mouse down the bottom lane.
Very slow. They're up 11,000 gold in 22 minutes. What do you want them to do?
Turtle pace. Kill somebody. Kill the Nexus. That's what you're here for, EDG.
Two-man Baron is going on as we speak to just pull us back to life.
And there's a two-man attempt to try and kill Mouse down the bottom lane. That's not going too well for IG. This Baron is going down in favor of EDG, so have it that major objective on their side. Rookie looking to try and see what he can do against Mouse here. Satai desperately trying to duel out against his Fizz. Chaos Storm he put down, but he turns his fight on towards Rookie. He takes so much damage, forced to flash away. Parallel Convergence and Gravity Field able to lock down the Fizz. And IG find a pick for themselves about what cost as EDG look towards the top lane.
Yeah, exactly right. So they get the pick. They take down the Fizz, but he still has teleport and a massive wave being stacked up. Rookie still had to use his flash there. So it wasn't like they got away from that scot-free. And EDG just look unrelenting in their pressure.
And they continue pushing up into top lane instead. After taking down the inner turret up at the top side of the map, they decide to go back to base, pick up more items for themselves. You can already see Ezreal looking towards his Blade of the Ruin King as the Bilgewater's Cutlass complete. After that back Fizz, picked up the Balmy Cinder and also the Frozen Fist. Iceborne Gauntlet being picked up for more crowd control up in the top lane.
Yeah, so just being able to control the pace of the fight with double Iceborne Gauntlet as well as that Rylai's Crystal Scepter. Clearlove's going towards even more magic resist because really it's only Rain who's doing AD and he has an Essence Reaver. Pretty much can be disregarded at this stage of the game.
Ninja Tabi from Clearlove should be enough to stop that as the Dragon, the Ocean Dragon, is going to be picked up by EDG here, looking to try and take as many objectives as possible before moving towards the base of IG.
You're an impatient man tonight, Fish.
No.
You know, just enjoy the beauty that is EDG. Because really, like, as we said, they drafted poorly in game number 2, but apart from that, 2 pretty impressive games to bookend this on blue side for Edwards Gaming's lineup.
Game 1 on blue side was phenomenal from EDG. IG just fought back nicely game 2.
Yep.
And it really feels like, you know, the force of the Kindred Rise bands on blue sides affecting both teams in different ways.
Yeah, 100% agree with that and not able to deal with it. Kindred especially with its Clearlove, you just can't afford to give that over. So you can see that IG still want to look aggressive. Can't underestimate the damage that's going to come out of this Victor, but it looks like they're finally in a position to start sieging down base turrets.
And there's a 1-4 split for some time there, with Mouse actually split off from the rest of the team. EG still looking to try and take down these turrets, but decent wave clear coming in from IG, stopping them from now.
And there's just... Honestly, there's no way an Ezreal can walk in to hit that turret, so there's not really all that much they can do. I mean, you either look for a turret dive, but your tank in Clearlove has gone a full MR build.
Well, if they decide to play the game of attrition here between EDG and IG, EDG will eventually come out ahead. Just getting chip damage on this turret wherever they possibly can. It's not going to be much that IG can stop that as we move towards the later parts of this game.
Yeah, exactly right. You see all of a sudden Mako goes a little bit more aggressive, some more damage going in on the turret.
I don't even think Def wanted that a hit. He wanted the Iceborne Gauntlet proc on the turret. It goes back in. That one he did.
And Clearlove finally looking to push into the base.
True shot barrage. No. Good side step from Rookie.
Rookie doesn't go back to Fountain. He tricks him.
Nah, I don't want to die to this.
And this is what we said, you know, in a situation where you can't siege, Rek'Sai can play the 1 in your 1-1-3 composition. And finally, that allows enough room for EDG to break in.
At the same time, they break into the bottom lane, but that also means the mid lane and top lane could shortly follow if IG send more resources down here to deal with this. Inhibitor is going to get taken out, and EDG have finally broken the base against IG, and mid lane falling as well.
Yeah, so they've broken the base in multiple directions. Now Kid needs to look for an engage, but there's none forthcoming.
Slows down Def. This Inhibitor going to go down very shortly. Kid looking for something here, going to jump on top of Scout, misses it. There's the ultimate coming out, only separates the jungler and the mid laner. Clearlove promptly flashes over the wall. This turret, Inhibitor, sorry, really low now.
Yeah, so in the end, they are able to get the play. They force EDG out of the base. But it doesn't look like EDG had done yet. Sending back Clearlove, maybe looking for a tunnel. Here we go.
There's the tunnel teleport coming in for Clearlove, looking to try and take down this Inhibitor. I believe that's 2 Inhibitors taken down already.
And IG, they can't do anything. Kid looking for an engage one more time, but it's very telegraphed. And IG is starving them out of the game.
Just seems like there's nothing they can do right now because slow and steady, EDG just taking objective after objective, making sure IG have no counterplay at all.
Yeah, exactly right. They got the early lead. They didn't let go. They just start knocking down turrets. They take a Baron. They split open the base. And Clearlove is massive. Like, he doesn't even care about Gragas at this stage of the game.
Banshee's Veil, Spirit Visage, I don't think anybody with ability power can deal any damage to him right now. Not without a Void Staff.
60 CS up. And, you know, this has been a very low kill game for LPL standards because normally teams like IG don't let this happen. If they're losing, they go for the miracle play. They go for that big engage. IG are content to lose this one slowly. And
we saw that from EDG last game. You know, they were 3,000 gold behind. IG like, okay, let's try this teleport flank. If it doesn't work, we're going to lose anyway. Yep. Try that, didn't work.
Kid has a dance. That's one tactic.
What?
Mako is taking this game way more seriously than Kid right now, that's for sure.
Mako's like, I'm here to win, not to dance with you, Mr. Lady Gaga.
And the last turret on the top end of the map, looking to now fall. Mouse is just walking creeps into the base. IG, pull the trigger.
Not.
They're not going to.
Hate to break it to you, they're not. They're just waiting. EDG slowly pushing towards the top lane Inhibitor turret. This one's getting taken out. IG, they want to pull the trigger. It's now. Parallel Convergence comes out, locks down 2 members, but that's about it. That's all they're getting for it. Tatai gets taken down. That's 1 member down for the side of IG. EDG is still 5 members strong with full health. Looking towards the Inhibitor now. This is not good for IG.
No, it certainly isn't, because that's probably going to be the game. Tatai gets a 3-man stun. But really, when you're 17,000 gold in a hole, you probably need a 5-man stun.
It's 3 super minion waves crashing towards the turret. There goes the Fizz trying to jump in. Kid now at half health. Chaos Storm, we dropped on top of 3 people. Rookie now taking a lot of damage. He has to flash away from it. Kid is trying to run towards his fountain, but there's the Nexus turrets falling down. Ultimate comes out. Is going to knock them all forward. I don't think that's quite what he wanted there. Nexus turrets have been taken down. The Nexus is all that is remaining here as EDG are crashing towards the base. Double kill for Scout. The Fizz is able to jump out of there. Another kill comes down, but it's the Nexus that finally falls, and EDG pick up the series 2-1.
It took a while in the end. You know, I said that they were maybe slow playing it. It got to about 30 minutes, and EDG are able to win that game. You can see the look on Zatai's face. He was like, what the heck went wrong down there?
Tabe.
But, you know, just superior early game presence out of the bottom lane of EDG means that they control that side of the map and are able to pick up an easy victory.
It honestly looked like IG didn't expect the early game cheese, so to speak, of them waiting inside the brush. That is surprising to me because they did it once before when they had Ezreal, and they did it again here.
Exactly right. Ezreal Braum, they're able to proc it incredibly quickly. I mean, pretty much auto attack Q with a flash auto out of Braum is going to get it for you. So I like the play out of EDG. You know, a disappointing game number 2. They won't be happy with dropping that one, but bouncing back in a big way, game number 3, they smashed IG then. Like, that's as comprehensive victory as we've had all night. And we've had some comprehensive victories, Fish. Let me tell you.
Yep, Saint versus Snake. If you guys are fans of Rek'Sai's destroying junglers or Raptors and Krugs getting killed, yeah, watch that game. It was pretty fun to watch for that reason.
Yeah, it certainly was. And, you know, I think that we saw SOFM, you know, dictating the pace, being an aggressive jungler. This time around, like, clear love that game. He was on Rek'Sai. He was just like, I'm going to do what I need to. Okay, one gank in the mid lane, that's enough to set you up for success. I'm going to steal a red buff every now and again.
I'm not going to brute force it every single time.
I'm going to pressure you off a turret, and we're going to take a turret because there's no risk in that play. SOFM, on the other hand, was like, I'm going to kill you. So I think that, you know, just a difference in jungling playstyle, but Clear Love certainly flexed his muscles in that game as well. And I think that EDG as a whole, like, that is a demoralizing way to lose a game. At least if you're playing as SOFM, you get to hit him every now and again. EDG just danced around the map and just took all your stuff.
You know, it just came to a point in the game where they were about 11,000 gold ahead, where they were just like, yeah, we'll take this turret, and we'll take this turret, we'll take blue buff, but we're not going to win just yet. We'll wait a little bit more. So really taking their time with the game. IG, on the flip side, you know...
And personally, I blame Victor.
Victor?
Yeah,
Rookie.
100%. No, not rookie.
Oh, just Victor.
I just blame Victor. Because if your AD carry doesn't have 600 range, you can't hit turrets against Victor because he still kills you. So, you know, if you want anyone to blame for why that game took longer, don't blame EDG in that. Victor as a champion is solely responsible for that. It's like old school Anivia. It's like, why can't we win this game? Well, we actually can't kill any creeps.
Well, with that, we can take a look at the results that took place today. We saw the first match of SOFM just destroying Krugs and Raptor Cams against Saint as they pick up a very decisive 2-0 victory against the lineup that still has yet to find form here in the summer split of the LPL, which brings us to the previous match tonight, the very long, drawn-out final game, but a very decisive game, which was EDG picking up the 2-1 win against IG, who had an impressive game number 2 with a good draft against EDG to pick up their win here. As we are going to take a look at the standings very quickly between these two groups. It's going to be EDG up at the top still with 4 wins. Game Talent's just behind them, 3-1 at the moment, with IG 2-2. Snake 2-2 in Newbie, 1-3 with Saints unfortunately not able to pick up a win just yet.
Yeah, they certainly aren't. EDG are 8-2 at the moment. They're on a rampage through the LPL.
They certainly are, but tomorrow we're going to be able to take a look at Group B as the first match of the night. It's going to be RNG taking on LGD and Vici taking on OMG in the second match of the day.
And, you know, much in a similar way to this morning's games, LGD needs to start clawing their way back to some form because they're in struggle city right now. So Imp, Myron, I don't know who the heck else they're going to field. They really need to start clawing their way back there because RNG look like they're on a tear. But we get the Uzi versus Imp matchup, which is going to be incredibly exciting to watch.
And, you know, looking at the second match as well, which is going to be Vici taking us OMG, another team that has yet to find a win here in the LPL and been surprisingly struggling so far this split.
OMG, yeah. I mean, they just missed out on playoffs last time around, right? They came 5th, and Icon was starting to make a name. They played cool a lot at the start of the split. Vici, however, a really impressive team right now, so I hope to see them continue to perform.
Well, let's jump back straight into the game that we just saw. We're going to take a look at the MVP very quickly. It's going to be Def there on his Ezreal. 32% of his damage share, 3-0-4, starting off with the very early aggressive play in the bottom lane.
And let me tell you, Fish, there's a reason that he's still on the tier list, right?
Isn't he the tier list?
Yeah, he is the tier list.
This is the Def Ezreal tier list?
He is incredibly good at this champion. This was a cheeky first blood that they gave over to Mako. And just look at how they juggle the aggro here. I mean, he even got the stun after that, but aggressively leaping forward, looking for the double kill here. And the impressive thing is can I get it without burning heal? No, I might die. All right, I'm going to kill. So, like, he really does, like, millimeter perfect, that champion, and nails all the skill shots. And honestly, I used to watch him and be like, why does my Ezreal not do as much damage as Def's? And it's because he just nails every skill shot. His passive is always at 5 stack when he's in those team fights.
I think I know a couple of Oceanic support players that share your sentiment of playing the OPL here. But, you know, phenomenal performance from the bottom lane coming out from EDG. In 3 games in a row, that's where EDG looked for their strengths and looked to try and pick up the game. Didn't work in game 2. IG played against it quite nicely, but games 1 and 3, very dominant performance.
Yeah, 100%. They have a great bottom lane, right? But maybe a little bit worrying because EDG is currently trying to buck the trend of, like, let's get damage on the top half of the map and utility down bottom. They will play these damage carries like the Caitlyn. You know, they hovered Kog'Maw, they've got the Twitch, and like the Ezreal and Lucian. Defs is great as Ashe player. Like, Deft can play Ashe like very, very well. In fact, I think he had 2 pentakills on Ashe last split. But without Pawn, without Koro, they don't feel comfortable giving the top half of the map all of that damage. So they are swinging it more towards the bottom half. And one day that will come back and bite them when they play a great team like RNG.
You know, speaking of Pawn and Koro there, they didn't play in this match. Mouse and Scout surprisingly played pretty well today. Scout had a few hiccups here and there. Mouse as well, a few hiccups, but he stood out quite nicely tonight.
Scout had up and down series, right? Game 1 he played well. Game 3 you also had a couple of whiffs there. But Mouse was the one that really impressed me. I think that the fact that you can't beat a Vladimir late game is absolutely no reflection on how you played Maokai. And his Maokai got the double kill in the bottom lane with a great TP, was able to get into team fights and start them off nicely. So Mouse all 3 games was creating pockets of areas for his carries to work in. It's just right now, other top laners aren't playing these tanks anymore. You know, every now and again we'll see the Maokai pop up, but it's a lot of mages, a lot of what more of Zatai was doing. Heck, we've seen some Fioras running around Summoner's Rift lately. So I question whether in the long run this is the way that EDG want to continue playing. If it's a patch thing or whether they just believe that their style of this team fight League of Legends is better than the rest of the LPL.
Well, it's still week 3 here of the LPL. We'll have to see as we progress through the summer split if EDG are going to continue playing that playstyle. But that's all from us here tonight. On behalf of myself, Spawn, the entire production crew, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow for more LPL action.